All right. Hello, hello. Hi, guys.
Hey, ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
I am always so happy that we all get together. It's like one of my favorite time. It's so nice. So, guys, before we start introducing ourselves, welcome to the Bold Women's Table. Okay. So, if you see our motto down there, it says living boldly, aging wisely, and manifesting intentionally. Okay. So, once a month, Vicki, Kimberly, and myself are coming together for real conversations, right? And we talk about living boldly, aging on our own terms, and healing while still enjoying life. So, guys, this is our new series. We're going to come here once a month. So, this is the Bold Women's Table, and you guys all are welcome. Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. We,
Hi.
we need to rename it Us Tube instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. So, can you guys introduce yourself, please, before we start?
Kimberly, would
Vicky
you like to go?
could go
Oh,
first.
okay. So I'm Vicky, and my channel is Aging on Your Terms with Vicky, and I am sharing my family's happy, crazy, sad trauma to motivate you all to make plans for when you get older, not just saving for retirement. Because if you can make those plans, you can as surely you're going to unapologetically age on your own terms and not have your life dictated by someone else because you waited for a crisis.
Have that.
I love
Kim,
that. I love
I
how you
know.
worded that. Hi everybody. I'm Kimberly. My channel is about my past bad experiences and um, going towards goals and manifesting your dream life. Basically, my life is my channel. So um, um, I think that's the summary of it. Did I do a good job? No.
Good.
Uh,
There's not a good or a bad job of
Yes,
introducing
there's
yourself. And
no
all
bad.
through that conversation, you're going to add to it.
it's
Yes.
So
true.
that is fantastic. And guys, hi, I'm Jazz. On my channel, I'm talking about traveling and living boldly and having fun in life, live your dreams. That's what we're talking about. And that's why those wonderful women, my friends, and I decided to come here and share some wisdom.
Yes.
So, all right, I'm just going to warn you that I'm sick, so I may be coughing. So we are friends and we family here, right? So, all right, guys. So we're gonna start. I'll ask the first question, and then we all have like a question that we're gonna ask, and then we're just going to have a conversation.
Mhm.
Okay. So the first question that I want to ask us is, when you hear designing your life, what does that mean for you right now? Living your life by design, on your own term.
For me, that means making sure I'm taking care of my health, making sure that I'm looking after myself, obviously daily, and that doesn't only include like exercising and stuff, but that includes meditating and being present and making sure that I'm doing things that make me happy every single day. Intentionally. Yeah, that's what that means for me.
I
And
Mhm.
then
love that.
obviously like planning moving forward, making sure that I have a plan for my life as I go forward as well. So you're present, you're taking care of your health, but at the same time, you're not stuck right here. You always have something, well, I always have something going on in my head for my future. So um by habit. I don't know, it's like ingrained in me. But yeah, that's what that means for me.
Mhm. Yeah, and for me, in addition to what Kimberly was saying, those are those things we always think about. Like, I got my goals and I got my things I want to move forward to. But as I stepped into this role of caregiving and seeing how people just didn't think that they would get old or didn't think that they wouldn't be able to walk or didn't think that they would get sick, I've layered on to that I have to plan for me to get to the top of the mountain. And that means that I got to make sure that my house can support me today and tomorrow. So I got rid of the two-story house. I have a single story. I got grab bars all over the place because In my 40s, I twisted my ankle and I needed help getting on off the toilet, in and out of the shower. And so just not taking life for granted or assuming that I'm always going to be able bodied and able mind, and planning for that, because then when I need it, it's already here for me.
I love that. That's why we love your channel, Vicky.
Oh,
And
thank you.
guys, you know that we built a house in Cameroon. It was supposed to be a one story. And then my husband started doing the basement. And then it's like, because we did the basement, let's do the top floor. And after the top floor, it's like, okay, let's do now the, how do you call it? The balcony at the top, like the
Oh, yes.
terrace.
Like a terrace up there.
Yeah. So I did a video on my friend channel where I'm going up there, guys. I'm like losing my breath going up the stairs, and I'm like laughing at myself. I'm like, we're aging, and we have a story house that, good thing is that we have rooms at the bottom, because I'm
Right.
sure by a few years the knees aren't going to take us up there. But that's a good that's very good. And we have like a plain
Mhm.
house in the village. That's, I think, where we spend most of the time. There's things that you don't think of, like,
Mhm.
yes, today you're 50, you're able, but you don't know. And as you're
It's true.
aging, you
Yes.
know and I love that. So for me, um designing my life meant that, I had that realization when I was 45, is that I was doing everything for everyone, responsibility, expectation, of life and society and whatever.
Mhm.
I was just reacting to whatever's coming. I didn't design anything. I was just like, life was happening to me. And I don't know, when I turned 45, I had enough. I felt like I want to design a life, that's more intentional for what I want in life, right? And I want to do the thing that I want to do. I want to feel free to do the thing that I want to
Mhm.
do. Life is so short. And when you pass like 50, it's like you realize that, my goodness, I don't want to have regret of, like,
Mhm.
oh, I haven't done this, or if I knew, etc. So nowadays you see me going all over the place, right? And because I want to experience life, and my thing is traveling, so I go. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't let anymore, like, oh, whatever safe, what's expected, or would he make other people uncomfortable, even if this is my family. I don't let things like that stop me. If it's something that um I want to do for myself, I will do it, something that makes me happy and make me feel alive.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I love
that's
that.
me.
I love that. I'm going
And
to
it's
add on.
true.
I was going to say, I was going to add on to your house in Cameroon. You can always get that acorn stair lift that take you up the stairs.
I was thinking of it.
We don't have electricity. Is
Oh,
it? You did. No, no,
no,
we're gonna
that
have like, or we're gonna have like, how do you call it? The panel, solar panel
uh-huh.
to do that. Yeah, but I don't think it's our forever life. I think a forever house. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a house where, and this is in town, like in the city, very noisy. So I think it's a place where until we're 60 or 65, we still fit. Then
Mhm.
after that, I think we're gonna retire in the village, where it's like, yeah, where we're supposed to be.
I love the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so
Okay. So I'll ask the next question.
mhm.
Since we're all women, what happens when women don't design their lives and just react to what comes at us?
Wow, that is an amazing question.
Say that again. What happens?
What happens when women don't design our lives and we just react to whatever gets thrown at us?
Ooh.
It's deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
What?
speaking about that a lot on my channel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true, isn't it? This is why you're talking about aging on our own time. Let me remove what's on the screen so we can see our channel for a moment. Yes, exactly. So that's an amazing question. I would start, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I see a lot, for women, and that was me before I turned 45, it's when we don't design our own lives, we become, almost like a shadow of ourselves, right? We um, we adapt to whatever life dictate to
Mhm.
us. It's a bit what I was saying earlier, and we confess that it's fine. You will ask a lot of women, how are you? I'm fine, fine, fine. But she's struggling over life and everything and everyone, because as women, we look after everyone but ourselves. And then one day you wake up and you realize years have passed and you're surviving, not living, right?
Right.
And then you bitter and you resentful, and was my experience, guys. Before deciding at 45, like, I'm traveling, I want to do that trip, because my husband has traveled his entire life as a consultant, so now he doesn't want to go anywhere, and I can't
Mhm.
blame him. So I was so resentful against him, because I want to go somewhere but he doesn't want to go there, because he's done that already.
Mhm.
And one day I'm like, what keeps you from going by yourself? You know? And he encouraged me as well to do the things that I want to do. So yeah, when women don't step into their life, instead of going on autopilot and handling the world on their back and not doing anything for them, burnout will come. They shrink their dreams,
Mhm.
um, they delay their desire, they put themselves last all the time. And we always tell ourselves, oh, later we'll do it when the kids will be big, when things will come down, when I have more money, when I have time, permission. We have an excuse for everything. Guys, my youngest, she's my niece, but it's like my daughter, my sister, because we grew up together. When she was so young, she just had a kid and she's like, it's about me. I love my kid, but it's gonna be. I thought she was so selfish. Then I thought she was so selfish. And she was calling my kid precious, my daughter precious, because I was like that mom, like,
Mm.
overprotecting mom. And I was like, she's a bad mom. I'm I was so wrong. She understood that at before 30. It took me like being 45 to understand that I was doing a disservice to me and to my family.
Mhm.
So yeah, I hope that answered the question.
No,
But
it did. That was a great answer.
Yeah, it
thank
was.
you,
It
thank
was. Um, for me, I think when we don't design our lives, we basically keep ourselves stuck.
Mhm.
And when I say stuck, is like obviously nothing can change if in yourself you're thinking, "Uh, I'm just going to live every day. I'm just going to let life happen to me. I'm just going to just be whatever." And then we live in misery. We live in complete misery because every single year it's the same shit, same bullshit people around you, same annoying friends, same toxic job, same toxic partner. And we are literally not doing anything. And that keeps us stuck. And not only keeps us stuck, but that also keeps us from moving forward. So
Mhm.
there's no path forward. So I feel like, I don't know, it's like a real prison that we put ourselves in if
Mhm.
we don't recognize, listen, I need a change. But change starts with you. So that
Right.
takes a very strong person to change, to say, to decide that you need to change. And it's not everybody else around you, but it starts with you. Because for me, like I was like, why am I in this toxic, horrible relationship with this man? Like, why can't I get out of it? But I couldn't get out of it because I needed to change. I needed to get stronger in me. I needed to know that I want to get away from it
Mhm.
because until the day, which I did a video that I have planned forward, um, where I was talking about, I the only way that I was able to manifest getting away from my ex was came after the day I asked. I said, God, just get me out of this, find me somewhere to go because I can't stay in this house with this man anymore. You
Mhm.
know, um, and it came after, but not until I asked for it.
Mm-hmm.
We go through life thinking that somebody owes us something. Nobody ain't owe you shit. Not even God. God ain't owe you shit.
Mhm.
We gotta get in the space where we say enough is enough, and this is what I want. It's like what
Mm-hmm.
what, for example, like you, Jazz, you decide like I'm traveling, children, husband, what? I'm traveling. And Vicky, you're like, I'm planning for my old age. So I'm changing my house, I'm getting these rails, like you're doing all your
Mhm.
different things. Um and you're literally unapologetically planning. See every week on your channel. And Jazz, when she talks about traveling, like we were like the other day she went France. You went France the other day. We were like, how she get in France? I thought she was in England. We were literally like laughing at that.
That plane landed from Africa and like in 24 hours she was in France. We're like, wait a minute, I can't keep up with her.
you know, um, but that's what we as women need to do. Decide what's important to us and
Yeah.
go after it. Stop waiting for permission to do things. We don't need permission. And what it was your niece, let me tell you, she had it really good because
Yeah.
a lot of women put their children is everything's the children
Mhm.
first, but we got to be first before anybody else. And people might say that that's selfish, but that's common sense, because if you don't take care of you, you can't take full care of the people around you that you love.
Mhm.
Like, simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that. That's what
Yeah.
they tell us in the plane, right? Put the mask first before
Yes.
helping
Yeah.
even your baby. Because if you're
Mhm.
dead, you can't help anyone, right?
Correct.
So absolutely. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and I know it's a product of how we grew up, with the
Oh yeah.
parents who were either silent generation or baby boomers raised by silent generation, where women, you can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, you get to do it all. Oh, and by the way, that is exactly what is expected of you. There are no
Mm,
kudos for it's not extra credit in any way, shape, or form. There's no overtime.
Mhm.
You put in the overtime, you ain't getting no more pay. And I was raised that way. I was raised just buckle up, just do it all. You can do it all. Oh, and by the way, when you think you're out of time, there is a lot more time left still. You can sleep less. And what I found myself doing a lot was doing all of that to keep the peace. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to upset my mom who's sickly. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to upset my dad who's sickly. I'm going to do it so I don't upset my brothers and sisters, so that we don't upset our parents. Okay, I'm going to go to school, and this is going to sound really bad, but I was one of a few people of my color. I went to magnet schools, and I
Mhm.
stayed quiet so that I wouldn't stand out. And over
God.
time, that just really ate at me. And it got to the point where it even blew up in our marriage, because I kid you not, the marriage advice that I got was, one, he doesn't have to know when he's wrong. You can keep it to yourself. And two, every time I try to have a serious conversation with my mother, she would look at me and go, what did you do? I'm like, never was,
Yeah.
what did he do? And so, you know, corporate life, marriage life, I never ever put myself first. I get laid off. I'm going to retire. I still don't put myself first. I put mother in law first. I help other family members first. And 2026, that is changing, because when we don't design our lives, we live everybody else's.
Hmm. I love that. That's good. 2026 is our year,
Yeah.
guy.
I felt
And
like a confetti just went off and she just said that.
yeah, exactly. Because yeah, and every single year we need to renew that vow to
Yes.
ourselves. You know, every single year need to be that best life of ours where we put us first.
Yep.
So yeah, I like that, Vicky. Um, okay, okay, that's good.
All right. For the third question, I'll do the third question.
Okay,
So, what does it look like to choose more for yourself without guilt?
come again.
What, what does it look like to choose more for yourself without guilt?
Who I got a bit of a chill, just a little bit, just a little bit, because oh my goodness, Vicky, I let you go.
Okay. I
Um,
will definitely go first.
Yeah.
It's a tag on to what I was just saying. It's the world just gets so much lighter and the sun gets brighter. Once you realize, you mean I don't have to schedule myself after everybody else. I can schedule them around me and I can get the things that I need done when I need done. And it was just that light bulb moment was, girl, you know how to set boundaries. Start setting them. Start saying no. Start saying not today. Start
Yeah.
saying I'll get back to you.
Mm,
And there's no guilt to it because you know what? They're doing it to you. Why aren't you doing it for yourself? You know,
Yep.
you're running around and you're rescheduling yourself around when everybody else is available. No, schedule around you. And if
mm,
the stars don't align, they just don't align. And so I am now learning that there's no fear. If I say no and you're no longer my friend, you were never my friend. If I say no and you're no longer a relative, bye.
yeah. Yeah.
I tell you.
But yeah, it's been so enlightening for me just to see because like I said, this is my, as Dawn says, this is my awakening in the moment. I'm just
Mm,
now realizing that all of that parental brainwashing, and I wouldn't say necessarily brainwashing, but just that's how they were raised, so that's how they raised us. And then you go to corporate America and all the propaganda brainwashing, and I all I did was carry that from one phase of life to the next phase of life, and at 57, no more.
yeah.
58 will not catch me doing the same things.
Yeah. Vicky, I want to ask you, do you feel that it's an easy process today? It's like, or it's like a journey? Uh,
I think it's still a journey just because those things were ingrained in you. You still have to fight them.
yes.
You
Yeah.
still have to fight them, tooth and nail. And I was having a conversation with my friend, and she was just saying, I don't know how to be when someone hasn't planned my day, talking about work. And I said, yeah, I can't tell you how to do that yet because I haven't done it. Talk to me in 2027, and I can tell you how I did it.
Yeah. That's amazing because for me, it's like saying no, still something that is difficult.
Hmm.
I see my youngest daughter. She's like, the second kid, because I have two kids. The eldest, I taught her what I was taught by my mom.
Hmm.
When guests come, you give them your room, your toys, you put yourself last. And
Yes.
that traumatized my eldest daughter to this day. She's somebody that like to help everybody and put herself life last. And I know that's what I taught her. And then my youngest came, I had changed already, I had grown, have learned. My youngest, you started the sentence, you already said no. And no is a firm no. She doesn't justify, she doesn't have time for you. When she says no, it's no, and then she's gone. You know?
Yes.
When she wants to say yes, she will, but most of the
Hmm.
time, her time and what she wants to do for her emotion is more important than anyone else. And
Hmm.
in the house, we were often like, she is. But that's how we need to. But she takes from my husband. My husband is like that.
Hmm.
Unless he is not going to, like, the cup half full or whatever, right?
Hmm.
If his cup is not full to the brim, that he can give you the overflow, he's not there for you. I'm like, if you want to go somewhere, it's like, I'm doing my own thing. When I finish, you're not rushing me. And at first, I'm like, he? I'm like, I'm learning from him. It's important to
Yeah.
say no. Anyway, I just love what you shared here. For me, I would say that guilt is something that I'm still walking through, and but I've gone a long, long way. Because today, honestly, when I was in Paris, I'm not asking myself what are my family doing. They're two young adults. My husband
Hmm.
is an adult. I used to be guilty, feel guilty even while I'm away. Nowadays, to be honest, I'm happy. I call time to time to say how you doing. I don't carry that guilt anymore.
Hmm.
But I know there's also area of my life where um it's choosing myself still. That happened for me the most when I'm in Africa. Because I'm an empath, and I feel like life have dealt me better card than some. So when I'm there, I always carry that guilt. If somebody asks me something, whether I will deprive myself to give them because I feel that they need that more than I do, which is not always the truth.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that I need to work on.
Mhm.
And also, I just don't want to ask permission to want more anymore for me, coming back again to the other thing. So, yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey that I'm
Mhm.
still walking through, but I'm happy to where I am today compared to before. Before, I was like, wouldn't do anything. I would be paralyzed by guilt, of being a bad person because I wanted something for me. I wouldn't spend a penny for me, you know. I so, but today I'm like, it's my money. I work hard, so please let me spend it. So yes, and I don't feel any guilt. Anyway, sorry, that's me.
Ooh, I like this question because this question actually brought back a memory from the day that I decided that I'm done feeling guilty for choosing me. And that was the day that I was in a church. And I was at the funeral of my cousin who had died at age 36.
Mhm.
And she was still a virgin. And she lived her life to please the church, to please her family, to please everybody else. And in that church, while I was crying for the death of my cousin, I made a mental decision. I'm done living my life to please everybody around me. And back then, I was in my toxic relationship. I was like, I'm choosing me from here on out.
Mhm.
And then I
Mm,
started to, that's when I got into starting to exercise and all that. And the first time I ever chose me, I was going to start my first exercise class. My daughter was a baby back then. And
Mhm.
I was telling my ex that, oh, I'm starting this exercise class. It's going to be 3 days a week. And I already organized with my boss or whatever so I can get the, days off, blah, 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 or the time off so that I can get to go. And he looks at me and he says, who told you that I want you to exercise? And my response was, everything that I do does not have to revolve around you. That was I would never forget that because that was the very first time I stood up for myself with anybody and chose me. Did I feel bad about it? No, because 10 weeks later, I went from a size I was wearing like a large to medium shirts. I went to a small. I was in September. By December, I was wearing a size small dress to a party that we had at work. Um, so from that time, and in making that decision and having that experience, I said to myself that my cousin lived her life for all these people. I'm not doing that anymore because there's no way at the end of my life that I want to say, oh, I'm sorry that I didn't do this or I do that.
mm,
I tell anybody no. And if you have a problem, you get vexed. And if you choose to get back, please, you will get back, please. I cannot be bothered because I have to make decisions for me and my husband, for our family. And if anything that's going to shake up that, it's a no. It's an absolute no. And I even even with me and my husband, whenever we are um if you have to make a decision on something, I make sure I tell him, you gotta, it's what you want first.
Mhm.
'Cause if he's not good, how can he be good for me? So and it's vice versa. We grow up, and I grew up like that too. We always think to put, oh, you're supposed to sacrifice. Sacrifice what?
Yep.
I look like if I need sacrificing. I don't need sacrifice. I need to have fun, to enjoy my life, and also to be happy. When we sacrifice, we also sacrifice ourselves. And you see that spirit within you, like we are literally like taking a hammer and just you're sacrificing yourself every single time that you put somebody in front of you. You have a hammer inside of you, just pulling yourself away, saying, uh, you You gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. Why? I'm not waiting. I'm not putting myself in discomfort for anybody. And if I have to tell you no, it's no. Like
Mhm.
literally. You get I I vet so much people. And do I care? No. The only time that I care if I vex somebody, it has to be like I probably was a little harsh in like my answer, yes, and I'll probably say, and I do tell people I can be a bit sometimes. It's true, but once you see past that, know that it's coming from a good place,
Mhm.
So yeah, so I don't feel guilty anymore. I don't. I chose me, and that was my wake up call. Then my cousin died. Me and her was very, very close, and she went through a lot of stuff. And like, it really hurt me to see that she didn't get to experience
Mhm.
nothing. I don't
Mm,
think she ever went to like in Barbados we have like carnival, like what you would call carnival, and
Mhm.
she never even went to anything like that. Well, I went and party on her behalf. Years after that, I went to so many parties, and my ex would want me to think like, oh, you're being a bad mother for choosing. Well, you know, you. I go into my parties and I enjoy myself, and I did have a fantastic time. And a day like today, while we're having this conversation, like I'm really glad that I turned out the way I am. I'm sad that I lost my cousin, but I'm glad I had that wake up call because
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of us, we always sacrificing ourselves because we grew up here and you're supposed to sacrifice shite. Next time
yeah,
you tell you to
Yes.
sacrifice shite. I ain't sacrificing me for nobody.
and that's a good reminder, Kim. Like, of course, your cousin lost her life, but it's a good reminder of us that's still living, who
Hmm.
live box. You're right.
Right.
When I was in Cameroon, sister-in-law died suddenly. She just went for a routine appointment and then died. Very lively person, etc. That's something that really shook me. Is like I don't know what we are, stopping ourselves living for other people's sake, for people trying to control us or people putting their fears on us, right? Because everybody think they know better than your life, but they're talking about their own fear often, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Projection.
projection, exactly. So I know as I said earlier, I want to be like him when I grow up. You
Yes.
know, I always say because you are bold, and that's very important. And I see that in my youngest. It's because it's important. Life will throw things at you, but it's you to know what you want for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as you know that you're not hurting people intentionally, there's nothing wrong wanting things for you, not
But
feeling
at
guilty.
but at the same time, Jazz, when you say not hurting people intentionally, you have to also think of who's getting hurt first. Like for example, let's say that you like travel and
Mhm.
you decided you want to go someplace, and because somebody decide, oh, I don't think that you should go there because I'm going to be sad. Who cares if you're going to be sad? I'm going to have a good time. I'm going. Like
Yeah,
why? Like, it has to be like a proper valid reason. We have to stop
exactly.
thinking like we have to stop putting people's feelings, and
Mhm.
I'm a strong believer now more in when I'm doing something. The only people I'll tell y'all, because y'all always say, oh yeah, go, 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 do this, do that. Y'all are always motivating. But if I'm not sure, because we have a habit of like trying to get validation from people, stop telling people things. Tell them after the fact. Oh, I
Hmm.
went to France and I went to this place, and oh my God, if you see the experience, tell people after the fact. Stop telling people things before you get them done. Because especially when you know that that person's going to be, because like you said, Jazz, because of their fear, they
Mhm.
want to put their fear on you. And what we do is that fear, we got a fear on it too, and it sticks behind here. It just sticks there, and we remember it. And we're like, that body gotta be right. No, you should have shut your mouth, do your thing, and then tell them after.
I did love that video you did. Like
Yes.
that person that will do,
Yeah,
that will stick with you and that will start bothering you inside. And
yeah,
often now I know, and it's true, it has nothing to do with you anyway.
yeah,
People talk about themselves all the time, think about themselves, has absolutely nothing to do with you. And you get completely like, all stirred up because somebody, mm.
Yep.
And yeah, stop telling your business and do what the heck you want to do for yourself, for your happiness, and let people watch.
yeah.
And people will always have something to say. It doesn't matter.
For me, when I saw that you were in France, it wasn't a, I can't believe she's doing that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait a minute, where's my bag at?
Yeah. Listen, because we weren't hearing you, right, Jazz? And I was like, Vicky, you hear Jazz? And she says, I think she's in France. I watched a video. I think she said she was in France. And I'm like, oh, she's in France. She was just in England, and you were just laughing like this woman just loves to travel. And that's one thing I love is that
Yeah.
you are the idol of your channel. Like literally, like you set the example of this is what travel life is supposed to be. And
Hmm.
traveling solo, like I can't travel solo. Like even going back on the plane like solo is like so depressing for me. I can't do it.
Uh,
It drives me mad. But I
yeah.
admire you. I live vicariously through you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's something that came with time, but now it's like, oh my goodness. And it's when something fill your soul,
Hmm.
Yeah.
when something fill your soul. Me just thinking of a trip or the next trip. Yeah, I just arrived and I'm already planning for my next trip, right?
Mhm.
Because it's just something that I love. And I truly think that I was a nomadic in another life, somebody that need to move and go places. So yeah, guys, I think we did amazing with the questions.
Okay.
So there's some question that I wanted to put there for our audience. So let me see if I can put it here. So you guys who are watching us and who may be able to connect later on the replay or it's not on the replay. It's not alive. you know, there's this question that I wanted to ask. There's three question. You don't have to answer in the comment, but for yourself, what are you struggling with right now?
Hmm.
Okay, that's the first question, and then the second question is the topic that we just spoke about right now, and what feels scary about this topic. We maybe have grown and developed this part of us, being free with ourselves and deciding that we are worth it and we deserve a life that feel amazing to us. But there's a lot of women that still struggling
Hmm.
into wanting something for them that still feel guilty, that don't even know what it means to design life in your terms. What that does
Mhm.
that mean?
Hmm.
My life is looking after my kid, my husband, and everyone else around me. What do you mean? What do I need to design? Right?
Hmm.
They just, I don't know, life is just happening to them. So guys, answer to this question to yourself. You don't have to share in the comment, or if you want to share with other people in the comment, feel free. Okay, but
Hmm.
you don't have to. And the third question that we wanted to ask you is, what would freedom look like for you?
Ooh.
And what I love about this is we're on here and unlike Kimberly, the rest of us had to learn this.
No.
So if you are afraid, if you are struggling, know that Jazz is more freedom than I am, and I am finally learning to let go of all of those controls and actually start to say no and start to really live my life. Um, so don't think that, if you weren't born with it, you'll never get it.
Hmm.
It's
Exactly.
true.
Exactly. So, ladies, I think we've done amazing.
Yes.
So, um, do you think that there's one belief that women need to release? Just to throw a few questions.
I do.
Sacrifice. The
Yes.
word sacrifice needs to be removed from a woman is set up to, you're supposed to sacrifice for your family, you're supposed to sacrifice for your work, you're supposed to sacrifice for your children. Sacrifice. We are not sacrificing anymore. Done with
No
that
fights.
bullshit. No.
Love, love, love that, Kim. You know that sacrifice, like in the part of Africa where I am in Cameroon, is a badge of honor. I don't know, maybe for the rest of the world, Vicky, I don't know. But when a woman sacrifices herself, does everything for everyone, she's applauded, she's a good woman.
Yes.
You know, and they're proud, like they have a badge of honor. I sacrifice myself for my family because I'm pleased. No more, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, no
Yep.
sacrifice. No.
No sacrifice.
I shortened it and called it no fights.
What did you say, Vicky?
I said I shortened it and called it no fights.
No
Yes,
fight.
exactly. No, no way.
Yeah.
And one more is how one give us one new way to look at this season of life. And when I mean this season has nothing to do with age, but it's like you say, 2006, this is it. Let's start with January. Okay. This season starts now. Okay.
Mhm.
What is that one way to look at this season that
For
you can
me,
advise?
stop shrinking yourself so somebody
Mm.
else can feel bigger. And
Oh,
that was what I did all my life. I shrunk myself so I wouldn't hurt my family. I shrunk myself at work so I wouldn't show up the bosses. Shrunk myself at home because I got tired of my mom asking me what the heck I did. No more shrinking.
I
I
love that.
love that. Oh my
I love
goodness.
that.
That's
I'm
just
like,
like I
she's
know
talking and I'm
mic
like,
drop, right? This is
wow.
this was just amazing, Vicky.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
never forget.
continue.
One
Yeah, go
time
on.
at work, I'll never forget. I was interviewing for a job, and the recruiter told me, "Okay, so the guy that you're going to be interviewing with, he's short, so we're going to bring you in the room early so you can be seated when he walks in because I'm 5'9". It was just always ingrained that you need to shrink.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
listen, I go to interviews and I interview the interviewer. Because as much as you think that you're interviewing me for this job, I have to make sure that
Yeah.
I'm not walking into a toxic situation. Because I had those in the past, and I tell people this in interviews. Then they ask me, and my husband is like this now. Like if they ask, like, you have any questions? Well, there's a list. How long were you here? Like how do you treat your employees? When somebody makes a mistake, like what happens?
Wow.
Like literally, I have a
Mhm.
list, and I interview the interviewer because don't I know what value I bring. I got to see what you are
Wow.
bringing to me.
Mhm.
You know,
You are
so
badass. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Kim, you have a coaching program?
no, I probably should.
Not should. That's definitely
Yeah.
something that you have so much to bring. You know,
Kimberly
Yeah.
Gibson,
you know,
life coach,
I know
I
you
actually have a
coach.
career
life coach
coach.
certification. I
Yeah.
actually have a life coach certification. My cousin um, gifted me it, and so I went and I did it, but I just don't put it up on my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done coaching before though. I have. I
Yeah,
love it.
because you've coached a few people to
Yeah, I
manipulate
have.
their life
Mhm.
and etc.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, don't forget to go check these ladies' channels anyway. But let me add something else here. Is what is one thing women don't talk enough about when it comes to this topic? Putting yourself first, everything that we spoke about, designing life on our own terms, living boldly, living intentionally. What are we afraid to talk about? I know it's a broad topic. Is there something that you feel that a lot of women who shrink themselves, as you said, Vicky, don't
I
want to talk about?
yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a journey for me. It's a, I'm still walking the path of being able to say no confidently all the time. And I just think it's that stigma of everything that we've been told. I mean, it's even back in the news now. I mean, where people are trying to say they should take away the right to vote to women, and women should be quiet and stay at home and have kids. It's that whole patriarchal society where, you know, we're afraid to speak up for our autonomy because it's just so ingrained in our society that we're just baby makers and we should be happy with what we have.
Yeah, unfortunately, that hasn't changed a
Hmm.
lot. And you see that everywhere where women are still seen as less than a man
Hmm.
and, should be in the kitchen. And for me, who travels a lot in the continent of Africa, it's still something that is so ingrained where even women embrace that themselves,
Hmm.
that, their place is in the kitchen and etc. But women are afraid to talk about that. They won't actually dare talking about that,
Hmm.
mainly when they are raised a certain way in a certain culture. It's taboo almost to talk about that.
Hmm.
I, I feel like what women don't talk about too is like they're ashamed of being in relationships with somebody that isn't helping. Everything is on you. I saw a video the other day and it hurt my heart because I was like, look, I told Laurent, so grateful that you're not like this because I would have been acid, acid. I saw this lady and her husband, he was our boyfriend, whoever he was, but he was the child's father and he was recording her and she's begging, like, she looks like shit, by the way. She's begging, like, can you keep the kids today so I can have a shower so that I can do, go
Oh,
get my hair done, go and do this or that. And I'm like, he's proud. And I went to my husband because you gotta validate that he has the same mindset that I have. And he's like, so I was telling him about it. He's like, there's no way, babe, that she should have to go to him because whenever Laurent comes home, he says, "Are you getting ready to go to the gym now? Like you getting to do something like for you, like what do you want?" Because he knows that I like to go to the gym, like that's my get out type of thing. Um, but why is it that it's normalized that the woman, although both of us are going out to work,
mm-hmm.
that when you come home, you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to. No, that bullshit done back in the whatever easy it was ages ago. Now is the time where we both going out to work. You do this and I do that. You
Yep.
share the responsibility. There's no way that nobody's wife or partner should be coming home and having to beg you to watch the children. It should be
And
Yep.
automatic
yeah,
because,
Yes.
and then women don't talk about this because they feel like I'm gonna sound like a bad mother. No, I was married and I was a single married woman. Like I
yeah.
was a single mother and married. And I didn't have to say that
Hmm.
myself. I had a best friend at the time that she said that to me. She said, Kimberly,
Hmm.
you know that you're married, but you're a single mother. You do every single thing for that little girl. Every single thing.
Yep.
That's
I
what women are
remember.
here to
I remember
talk about.
traveling for work. I remember traveling for work one time, and I was telling someone, I said, "Yeah, I'm a little tired. I had to get all of Michael's food ready for the week," and they were like, "Can he cook for himself?" And I go, "My husband doesn't really cook. I do all the cooking." And they go, "But you work." I said, "Yeah, but you didn't ask me what he does.
Ooh,
I haven't washed laundry since before we got married."
yeah.
I didn't I don't even know how to turn the washer on. I had
Yeah.
to text him when he was out of town. I had to wash something. How do you turn it on? You turn it on. I've never I just recently started helping him make the bed. I never made the bed. So it wasn't that we played to our strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a
And
beautiful
and,
partnership.
and people thought that that was
Yeah,
like, I can't believe she cooked all that food for him. He can't cook for himself. I said, yeah, but guess who washes all my clothes when this bag comes back home?
Yeah.
yeah,
Listen, when for me, like for Laurent, when me and Laurent first got together, I remember like it's only now that I actually cook. Like I forgot to cook. Like because remember I went when I went back to Barbados, and I was like, I have not cooked in like so
Hmm.
long. How the hell do I do this? Like I felt like I was starting back over again. Washing clothes. I'm not allowed to wash our clothes because I'm the girl that when he met me, I was to put everything in the washing. White, blue, black, orange, everything goes in the wash. And he said, no, 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 dishwashing. So like even now, like although I'm home, I can't put clothes in the washing machine unless I have the directions of what to do. And he doesn't even tell me what he'll do. He'll load the machine and he'll say, babe, at this time, then you could start the machine. So it's not so early or it's not so late that it doesn't, disturb the neighbors. But yeah, so
I'm
I'd say
only
I'm,
laughing because that was me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just beautiful. That's a beautiful partnership. So, ladies, before we go, one thing that you want to share with the people, our friend watching us right now. Anything that you want to share?
Um,
Vicky, I know that you have your journal prompt that's coming up.
Yes.
Um, Kim, is there something also coming up on your channel? And tell us a little bit more, let's share what this year is bringing on the channel to support our audience.
well, before I even talk about my channel,
Mm-hmm.
I want to use this time to encourage the audience, especially the women, um, to start choosing you. And like Vicky said, there's no fight. 2026 is not the year that you're sacrificing anymore. Choose you, learn to speak up. And even if you don't come on my channel or Vicky's channel, you go on Jazz channel, trust me, you see these two women here, they'll tell you. I have them in my life. They'll tell you, no, you know. So and make sure too that you take inventory of what you have going on in your life
Mhm.
and really start to plan and set out, what you're going to do. We are all here. All three of us are planners. I plan goals. Um, Jazz plan her trips, and Vicky plans her
Getting
um,
old.
getting old. But we're all planners in our own way. And it's
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
just a reminder that this, even if you have to go watch over this video one more time and really, really take notes on, and really sink into the things that were said here, do
Mhm.
that. This video was real. This was deeper than I expected it. I was expecting a nice, cool, chill conversation, but it's
Real
really turned
talk.
out, yeah, like a real my type of thing. Um, but and moving forward now, I'm gonna shut up. Moving forward, like for my channel, I'm just doing more of me this year. I'm done following YouTube algorithms and telling you, oh, you do toxic relationships, but you do that type of video. No, I am literally recording videos when I just got out of bed. I have a video that I recorded. I just got out of bed and a thought hit my head. I'm recording it. I'm just doing me for 2026. And that's my
Mhm.
thing that I had to learn to stop sacrificing what I think that the algorithm wants and more start to do what I feel it to get off my chest. Because that's what my channel really is for me to get things off my chest and to share. Because I know that when this brain starts to work, it really does a good job. What I
Yep.
think so.
Love that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and so on my channel, I'm leaning into more of reflection in 2026. I've shared a lot of my family horror stories about what happens when we don't plan for aging, what happens when we don't ask our kids for help, what happens when we just ignore the signs that something is wrong and we just keep on trying to push through. But in 2026, I want to take a different approach, and I want you guys to take a look at what aging on your terms means for you. And so I'm offering 12 journal prompts. We've already dropped one. A couple more will be coming out real soon of just taking it slow. What does aging on your terms mean to you? And, we're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about aging in place. We're going to talk about all of that stuff and just give you a chance to figure it out on your own. But it's a one-time pass, which means you have to keep going over it. It's not a one and done. So that's what we're going to be doing, because my goal is that by the time everybody finishes, everyone's going to be unapologetically aging on their terms, um, because we can control the narrative. And
I'm wearing my jacket this time.
and it's funny because I'm drinking out of Jazz's cup, which is
Mhm.
travel is a new retirement plan.
And I'm drinking out of Vicki. And guys, we're gonna share. We have stores. Feel free to go.
Yes.
And I love that cup. I unapologetically aging on my own term. Love it.
Yeah.
And it's such a
And
big mug.
I will be
So
sharing a discount code that Jazz gave me to anyone from my channel wants a discount on Jazz's merchandise. She's got mugs, she's got shirts. It's
Bags.
just yes, bags.
and
um,
same for Vicky. I have a code. I have a 10% code, and you can, rock
yeah,
your mug or your t-shirt or whatever Vicky's wearing right now. And
yeah. The goal here is, you know, we have to be gentle with ourselves, and we have to make plans, but it's unrealistic to say that you got to do it all today. Everything that you ever wanted to do in your life has to be planned today. No, we're going
yeah,
to take it slow, because I've been planning for aging since I was 30 when my aunt passed without a will and I saw the chaos that brought. So now I've been planning now for almost 30 years, basically. So if I've been planning for 30 years and I still keep updating it, you're not going to have it all done in 2 seconds either. So
That's true.
we're going to slowly go through some journal prompts, push you into thinking about aging in a way that you probably never thought about it before, because it's not about looks. It's not about dyeing the gray hair. And if you probably can't tell, but I do have gray hair. It's not about hiding the wrinkles. It's not about living up to societies that don't look or act your age. Because you know what? No one knows what our age is supposed to act like, because no one ever let us do it.
It's
So
true.
now we're going to see what it's like. 'Cause I personally think that I'm 16 trapped in a 57-year-old's body.
and it's good to still have the young, version of us inside. To have that still kid and have fun, and yeah, I love that. For me this year, I'm not shrinking my desire anymore. I realized that I didn't need another job. And I've always been that bohemian person who, I think I've been nice, good in the 60s, but I was born in the 70s. You know, I need a lifestyle that sustains my freedom. You see me going all the time because that's what I love going. And as I said, I'm joining the club of health of post traveler like my friend Vicky here. Right. I don't want
Room
backpacking
service.
anymore. I know.
Sorry,
and
Jazz.
because and I love that because it's designing life on our terms and the life
Hmm.
that we love. Backpacking is a thing when you're 20, 30, and I don't say that I would never do it again. But again, for me, choosing to travel more comfortably, it's like gifting myself, choosing myself and telling myself that I love me, I deserve to be
Mhm.
comfortable, to have room service like Vicky, right?
Hmm.
So you will see more of that. Guys, you will be sick of hearing me say, talk about my travel club, okay? Because that allows me to, have a more posh, a more luxury
Hmm.
travel. And I want to do more girls trip.
Mhm.
I love solo, as Kimmy was saying, I'm doing solo, but I want to travel more with groups now. Like,
Hmm.
meet girlfriends, and I do hope that the three of us
Yes.
will meet at some point, all
Me
three
too.
of us, and do. Vicky's coming on in this side of the world. Is that next year?
Yeah, in 2027, Michael wants to come to Ireland and Scotland. So I say, well, we got to jump off in England. So
Yeah.
we'll be too
Yeah,
close.
that'd be so good. So the three of
Yeah.
us can do something together, right? So, guys, we're gonna put all our links below in the description, and I'm gonna plug that if you want to join my travel club, please reach out. You have all the link in the description, and I'm gonna thank you for sitting at the table. The first episode of the Bold Women's Table with my two great friends. So remember, you don't have to choose between living now and preparing wisely for later. Okay,
Mhm.
you can have both, and also make sure that you subscribe to, those ladies channel, all three channel. If you're not subscribed, come,
Mhm.
because we have a lot to share. In the comment, tell us what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about next month. This um this um oh, how do we call it? This roundtable is coming out once a
Yes.
month, so we're gonna meet you again next month, and for a real conversation, another real conversation. So we'll see you next month, and that was such a
Yep.
pleasure to sit here with my lovely friend as always.
Same here, and hopefully see everybody again in the next episode.
Yeah, see
Exactly.
you.
And don't forget,
Bye.
live boldly, age wisely, and manifest internationally. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
See you next month.
See you next
Bye.
month. Bye.
Guys, I stopped the recording for just a second. And recording.